Hello, everybody. We are joined by Hopkinton Water Sewer Manager Eric Carty. Eric, how are you?
I'm doing well, Tom. Thank you. How about yourself?
Doing fantastic. We got some nice weather coming up this weekend and throughout the rest of this week. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But first, how's everything going at the DPW? I'm sure you guys are busier than ever.
Yeah, it's real busy. There's just so many projects going on in town. We actually had our first big break in quite a while on Monday up on Eastview Road that took almost the entire day to fix there. So we lost a little bit of water there. The good news is that we've had after our dry summer a pretty good rainy stretch that's brought us almost back to normal. So, but yeah, the projects are going well with this little bonus weather here. We've been able to get out and get some more stuff done before the cold weather sets in. So, we're dealing with the downtown project. We've got a lot going on with that. The gas company's doing replacement lines up on Hayden Row, so we're busy with that, and a couple new subdivisions that are going in. So, yeah, we're all over the place. It makes the day go by quick.
Absolutely, I bet. And looks like right now we're going to get some pretty good weather moving in. Temperatures could get up to high 60s, perhaps even low 70s this weekend. So you track the trends, and we post the your weather trends on our website, hcam.tv. What should we expect? It's been kind of a wild ride weather-wise. We've gone down to the 40s. Now we're up to almost the 70s. What's next?
Yeah, it's all over the place. Yeah, it's funny. We just had last week, every year, Mike Manser, the highway manager, he holds his pre-winter meeting for all the guys here, water, sewer, and highway to get ready. So never too soon to get ready for when the winter months come. But when you get a nice stretch with this, it's a big benefit. So yeah, so the next really the next 10 days look like they're going to be way above normal. And this weekend we could have some potentially record-setting days. I think I saw a statistic the other day that we've only had one 80-degree day ever recorded in the month of November in this area, and that was, I think it was back in the 1950s, they said. So could get close to that, but unfortunately, streak's not going to last. Like I said, we've been up and down. I just finished doing the October totals. Our highest temperature in October was 74 degrees, and we made it down to just below freezing, 32.4. And like I said, the rain was beneficial. It was great to have that back. We were back to almost 4.6 inches of rain. So that's really helped us out. So yeah, let's enjoy this weather while we can, because as we know, it's it's always going to change. The outlook is for the last couple of weeks in November, and then in December to go back the other way. Basically, what they're predicting right now is a La Nina setup, and just briefly, that's just a cold waters out in the Pacific Ocean, and those cold waters influence the jet stream and how it affects us, and it basically kind of makes for a front end loaded winter, meaning we get the cold early on months of December and above average precipitation. And then as we go through, January and February, it tends to tail off, and we get a little bit more warmer than average weather. So that's the general forecast. They try to look at setups that we are in now and how they equate to when they've seen this in the past and try to average them all together. So as you know, it could always change, and we could get the complete opposite. But for the most part, they're fairly good observations, and they've been able to look at those past records and come up with the general idea of what it's going to be. So that's what they're looking at right now.
So perhaps we will have a white winter or a white Christmas.
That's possible. Yeah, it's definitely higher precipitation. So it's just, we're here on the East Coast. We're always seem to be right on that fine line, and we're such a small state. If that jet stream just splits the state in half, we could have snow down in one area and warm and rain on the other side. So it's always interesting around here to try to predict what's going to go on, even days before the events come.
Yeah, and I think we had a good amount of that over the last couple of years, where you have rain close by and a lot of snow close by as well. You just never know.
Yeah, and people tend to forget too that even when we get some of the borderline rain events, the highway spent a lot of time the last couple of years. We haven't really had, real big amounts of snow, but a lot of these storms, even when it's just rain and it's on the borderline cold, there was a lot of storms where they had to go out and treat the roads because it was borderline turning to ice. So even though, people just tend to think it's going to be a big snowstorm to respond, but there was a lot of activity around the salting areas because of the borderline mix that we received.
And what about all this rain we just got? Did that make any problems for you guys at the DPW, or make it hard to work in those conditions?
Well, the one good thing is that because we were so dry, we had one rainstorm that was almost 3.5 inches. I'm sorry, 4.5 inches. And generally, when we have that and we've already had rain and the ground is soaked, we get in real trouble, especially on the sewer system, and we get flooding. But we were able to make it through pretty easily because the ground was actually kind of hard. So a lot of it just ended up basically is rolling off, which is not good in terms of getting water back into the aquifers, but was good to keep areas, some areas from flooding. The downhill areas had a little bit, but so it wasn't like a normal storm when we've already had wet conditions and we got it and we're in trouble. So we kind of lucked out with those kind of big events there. And we're in the process too of draining Lake Maspinock for its annual drawdown to help with the weed kill, the problem weeds that are over there. So, generally every time we try to do the extended drawdown, which is what we're doing, it seems we always end up getting a lot of November rains that make that battle even more difficult as well.
Well, you guys do great work. And what's coming up for the DPW? Any big projects that you're going to be working on as we head into the winter months?
Yeah, so all through the winter, as everyone well knows, we have an issue with one of our wells that has a elevated level of PFAS, which the state mandates needs to be treated. So we had money approved, and we'll be working on that throughout the winter. They'll be setting that up over at well 6. There's going to be vessels set up that will filter the water through pressure treated means, and that will remove the PFAS. So that will be going on all winter long, weather pending, as much as we get in. And the hope is to have that online by May to have full PFAS removal.
All right. Well, we know you're busy, so we'll let you get back to it. Thanks so much for taking some time to tell us about the weather trends, and hopefully we'll have a reasonable winter.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me on, Tom.